So to continue for Taurus, please do love you. And remember, like, I'm going to be the first to admit it's not always easy. It's not always easy to allow somebody to help you. And regardless of how you're going to approach this situation and solve this issue for yourself, when you take a chance on other people and you allow them to help you, it goes one or two ways. If you're intuitive, you're already going to know whether or not it's going to work out, right? But if you are predicting already and you're envisioning it not working out just due to the fact that you were always treated like you weren't good enough, or whatever work you were doing is just not good enough, and like it was a reoccurring thing again and again and again, that, okay, well, you do everything to your best of your ability, and they're like, oh, well, you missed a spot, or oh, you didn't do this, or something like that. In the back of your head, you almost feel justified, and I'm not speaking for you, but a lot of the times this is the case. You almost feel justified in judging other people in the same manner, because of the fact that when they help you, if they don't do it your strategic or specific kind of way, that all of a sudden it makes it worthless, right? It's not even good enough. And this is a cycle. This is to be acknowledged. This is something we need to recognize. And then we need to break that cycle and move forward. Being kind to yourself is a start. Allowing other people to help you is another start. And yeah, it doesn't always work out with everybody. Sometimes you let people help you and then they fuck shit up more, and you're like, fuck, I knew it. And then you go and resort back to the old shit, right? But you're like, no. At least I tried. I allowed them to help. It didn't work out. Yeah, that's okay. I will do this on my own, or I'll go to somebody that's actually a professional that knows what they're doing, or somebody that's got the talent and the specialty for that specific category or something like that. All right, let's see what else we can get. I didn't want to just leave the 15 minutes because that's not really fair when it comes to Taurus. I didn't want to leave you guys just with the 15 minutes because, like, I don't know, no favoritism. Maybe you're used to favoritism. Maybe somebody always like excelled above you. What else can we got here for Taurus? Queen of Swords. Well, definitely not afraid to finish it. Whatever it is that you start. Could be a little sharp with the tongue. That could be where that judgment card's coming in. I'm not going to pull up and show you the cards that I just had in front of me. I put them all away when I took my little break there to upload the videos onto my laptop. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, it's not always easy, Taurus. It's not always easy to allow people to help you. I'll be the first to admit it, okay? Quick-witted, intensely perceptive, a subtle person, possibly a widow or woman of sadness, right? You may have had a situation that you overcame if you lost a loved one. Absence, loneliness, separation, one who has savored great happiness but who presently knows anxiety or misfortune, and reversal. Now, the only way you would be stuck and stagnant in this energy, because you've seen a lot of good, you've also seen the duality of it, a lot of bad too. Now you hopefully understand and you know that your thoughts become things. So whatever you predict out of ego, or you predict out of like a pain that you haven't healed from, ultimately you can co-create and manifest in your reality. And I'm getting the whole thing back to the beginning too, the fixing of the car. Maybe there's something that you need done, and instead of going somewhere, maybe you think they're too expensive, I don't know, and you'd rather just do it yourself, but you're having a hard time, and then somebody else comes along. Magically, the universe sends you somebody that just happens to be walking by, or somebody you know calls you that knows about cars, and you still turn them down. You're like, no, I'm okay, I'll do it myself. And meanwhile, you're sitting there scratching your head, kind of thinking like, I do want help, but I won't accept the help. Now, who do I have to blame? Well, shit. And then you call up the person. You're like, actually, you know what? So funny that you called. I just happen to be working on cards, almost like you know. I actually need your help for this. And blah, blah, blah. You know, that sort of scenario. What else we got here? 4 coins in the reverse. You're not really worried about the money thing. I think it's just the help. You're not worried about the finances. You're not worried about the money. You're worried about who's going to help you. And then the world in the upright. You have all the tools, the wisdom, the knowledge. I'm not saying everything in the fucking universe, but it can be provided to you depending on how tapped in you are, Taurus. And you have star energy as well. You have everything you need. You have the world in your hands, so to speak. You have guidance. You have wisdom and knowledge. You may be even privy to Akashic records. You have the batons or scrolls, whatever's passed down to you. So these would be gifts, in my opinion. You have that root chakra too. This is your lineage. You have everything you need. And yet you still are having a hard time accepting help. And I can't even be mad at you for that. Not going to be mad at you for that. That's a choice. It's a personal choice. Once we reach a certain point of recognition within self, once we reach a certain capacity, like cognitive capacity to understand and comprehend what exactly we're putting ourselves through, there comes a time and a point where we have to set the ego aside and be like, you know what? I know this is for my own good, and this is teaching me a lesson. This is helping me overcome a specific trauma I went through. As much as I don't want it, I'm going to accept it and just kind of surrender in that circumstance and see how it goes. It may turn out better than you think. And I can preach you all day about this stuff, but I've also got to do it for myself too. Because what I tell you guys here on YouTube and any of the tarot videos and any of the information or knowledge or wisdom or any downloads that comes to me is through myself as well, my higher consciousness, what's closest to source. And that's also a reminder to me. So it's not just me preaching to you guys, it's me having to practice that too. And sometimes when I do these readings for you, it's a good reminder for myself. It makes me think a little bit too. Then you got the blue flowers through throat chakra. So speaking this also. Acknowledgement, out loud acknowledgement. So listen, so-and-so, I called you here today because I need your help. I have a hard time accepting help from people because probably mostly I was treated like shit for not doing a good enough job, and I got some insecurities there. Please understand that when you're helping me, I may kind of nitpick a little bit and it may feel like it's not good enough, but it is. Just do the best as you can and help me the best as you can. Communication. Verbal communication, calling it outright, whatever your fears are, your worries, your insecurities, you're calling them outright. You're putting it out there for the universe to see. I acknowledge this. I'm recognizing this. I'm breaking this pattern right now, as hard as it is for me to do. And I am going to overcome or surmount this. This no longer has an impact on me because I'm resolving this issue right now. It may take time, but I am acknowledging it right now. I'm pointing it out in front of me. And I'm not afraid to do so. And in fact, I'm quite confident within myself, even though it was a struggle. That is powerful. Beyond words. It's powerful. That vibration you send out is like an explosion. It's like a, if you're be in the middle of like a pool and you drop a pebble in, ripple effect. It's fucking cool. And then you start getting all sorts of people coming in to help because you've already sent out to the universe kind of like a sigh of relief, like, well, that wasn't so bad. I'm okay with that. I accept that now. I don't mind people helping me now. And you have all these people wanting to come in and help you with all sorts of shit that you had struggles with in the past. Believe me when I say this. It's funny how the universe works. I swear it's like reverse psychology 101, but sometimes I have to question that. Alright, what else we got here for Taurus? Good catch. 2 coins. You could be jumping from physical to spiritual. This could be in your sleep realm. This could be a state of being when you're asleep and wake. So you could be juggling between the two. There may be certain attachment or ties from alternate realities, dimensions, alternate lives, or whatever that you have. And those attachments, when you wake up in this reality, kind of trickle in with that. They kind of come in with it, and so you need to be able to discern the difference between the two. So when you're sleeping, you have dreams, you understand that when you're waking, you're in this reality right now, and you need to make do with it what you can. Sometimes it means that things have yet to be. So if things are going really well in your dream state, and let's say you're being catered to, or people are really kind, and you're being treated almost like VIP style, right? And you wake up and you're like, well, this ain't fucking what I'm having right now. It's to be a reality. It is a possibility. It can be an actuality. So discerning the difference is important. Normally this is like more juggling, but this I think is just realizing between the two states, between realms. Maybe you're really good at that, Taurus. You're good at bouncing through realms. Two coins. Thanks and praise. Bob Marley's like my go-to for chill music. Like when I want to calm down. His vibrational frequency, what he carries, his voice. I swear there's like a healing aspect in it. Some people have really healing voices. Some people voice will put you to sleep, but some is really healing. Yeah, difficulty on launching new projects, difficult situations, new troubles, embarrassment. So the energy I was getting off this Two of Coins, that's what I read to you for discerning between the two. Right? Wake and sleep and the different realities and different alternate universes, but the actual one in the book is what it gives off. So a bit of difficulties, some embarrassment, new troubles or whatever. But to me, this is definitely going for the whole situation we've been just talking about, Taurus. That whole idea of allowing people to help you. It can seem difficult. As silly as that is, some people are fucking good at it. They'll be like, hey, I need your help. And they'll take whatever help they can get. Like, thank you. Or they ask for help for everything. I need your help with this. I need your help with that. I need your help with this, because they're so used to being catered to or people helping them. You could be very hyper independent. Some people are the opposite. They're very codependent. And it's funny how sometimes that sub little jealousy comes out there and we're like, why is everybody helping them? Or maybe in your case, you're like, why do they need help? Like, why can't they just do it on their own? And it's to each their own. Okay, the judgment, I think we've had enough judgment. That's for that. All right, and what do we do? Island Time Wellness card. What else can we get for that one? Palm tree, stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So how you perform, how you manage and navigate through this circumstance ultimately is going to be your growth, your flexibility. That's going to be your stability too. Then we have engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. Completion sticking out to me here, but if you're wanting to get into a union, this will be the stage that you have to pass in order to love yourself, in order to call in a specific partner. If you're already with somebody, this could be the next stage. And if this is union within self, this is eternity. So this is duality of the whole idea of everything in the universe that is to be right now. All right. One more card from Past Life Oracle, and then I'll do, yeah, karmic relationship. This could be things in the past that you already went through or dealt with. I think you've learned the lessons for that one. This is a different kind of lesson that you're going through right now. This could be part of the trauma too, of why you refuse help from people, because it could have been masks. There could have been masks involved. It could have been masked as a form of help when really it was just a form of abuse or use. Don't mistake the two. Sometimes we trick ourselves with false red flags and it sucks because we self-sabotage. One more. Redo, movement. You could be moving somewhere, or this is just movement forward, growth. Journey, movement, work, growth, wheel. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Surrender, carriage, travel, relocation, dance of life, destiny, change. The letter R and solar plexus. Inner child healing. Or your solar plexus has always been active since you were little. And you've stayed in touch with your inner child, which is amazing. And Zeus, prosperity, vitality, signals, Odin, leader, justice, communication, insight, truth, wisdom, mouth, and guilt. There could be a little bit of guilt there from some of the things you said. Don't worry about that. The truth will come out regardless of how you really feel about certain things if you let it. And sometimes our truth is actually how we feel about ourselves or our situation. Letter A, and it's the throat chakra. All right. And then we've got Oh, good. Ingwas, fertilization, actualization, beginning, balance, productivity, growth, common sense, family, home, relief, nature, frith, plenty and faith. A lot of this could be based off of home life. Letter N and G, root chakra, throat chakra, and heart chakra. It's funny because Annie was talking about should I say it? Please don't be mad at me. He said confession stand instead of concession stand. And I think it just slipped out. But I'm like, oh, really? Maybe there's some things that need to be said. But we've got the moon energy here, too. A blank one. All right, hopefully that helps. Remember to love you. Please do.